Hey, what's going on? So, this thing, it's got issues, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sugarcoating this shit no more. So when you throw on this aftermarket servo on the front, you get your trim feature right, and you get your setting to how much left and right you want from it. Well, when you set it, you center this one, right? No problem. Cool, right there, centered. Ooh yeah, look at that. So close to center. It's nice. And you throw on your servo horn, and you'll notice that you're going to either get a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. So you're going to have to adjust the trim on there to make it center, but then you lose turning to the right, I've noticed. Well, left, I guess. Yeah, to the left. So I went ahead and rebent. So I now have two servo horns that are bent like this, and it seems to keep everything like perfect now. It fucking nightmare, man. But doing that, I seem to get full left and right now. If you start messing with your trim and shit, you'll notice one side doesn't turn as far as the other, and you're like, what the hell's going on? Well, that's the reason. That's the reason I found anyway. So it's actually really easy to bend those things. Just be careful, because a little too much heat, and this happens. So just cover it with something like this. You know, something you can hold it with. It's going to protect that end bit, and something else on that end. Put tape, put probably tin foil, anything, you know. Just cover it up, and then just kind of work it through the flame like that, so it doesn't get direct heat, doesn't turn black, doesn't melt. And then you can give it a little bend, and it seems to make the steering turn evenly now. Before it wasn't even. It was right messed up. So now I can go ahead and adjust how much it actually turns, and it's proper. I noticed the back turns more than the front too. I don't know if that's my weight distribution or what, but much nicer now. Much nicer. And the way I have this rig set up, I think these 64s are too big. Like, when you get into a good turn, it just starts rubbing right here and right here. Like, pretty bad. So I might end up cutting this out a little bit. Just a smidge. And then these tires will probably be a-okay, but didn't really want to chop this thing up. Like, this thing's been so much work. It's the worst rig Axial I've ever seen make. Yeah, it's not fun. If you're gonna get something like this, avoid this thing completely and just go with the baby Capra. But I'm never buying Axial again, ever in my life. What I have here is it, and I'll probably end up getting rid of this one, but who knows. But once you throw a Fury Tech in, you can hear the, oh, no more disgusting garbage, cheap piece of shit ESC whine. I know people are like, it's not the ESC, it's the motor. Well, it's directly from the ESC. The ESC is causing the motor to whine, which is really annoying. Nobody wants that crap. I don't know why they do that to their rigs. Just throw on these massively garbage pieces. They got leftovers, they make too many, like what the hell? Who are they in cahoots with to be like, this is a good idea, we should do this? It's not a good idea, stop that shit. Start throwing in good quality. Like, if there was a good, solid platform for these, you know, decent ESC, decent servo, decent little motor, these things would be freaking awesome, but they neglect all that crap and throw in just shit. Like, nobody runs those stock motors, and if they do, they're borderline psychopathic. The servos are pure shit. Like, I don't even know why they have those servos. They have no strength to them at all. They're quick responsive, but you get a little bit of weight and it just turns to utter trash. It doesn't do what you want anymore. It starts doing what it wants, and you're like, that's not at all what I'm looking for. So yeah, avoid this rig. There's way too many, like this right here. What's that say? It's built, not bought. You buy the crappy version and you're gonna be fucked until you start doing some of these things. And there was nobody else out there figuring this crap out, so I had to figure it out. Yeah, it's kind of freaking brutal. And somebody was saying you can get, you know how there's no rear trim? You plug this into the front and somehow this remembers. I don't think these servos remember, but yeah, it could be. I'm not believing it. I'm not going to try it either. I got my horns bent and it seems to be kicking ass now. But before that, it was brutal. The worst rig I've ever seen out of any little fucking 4x4. And I've owned a few of them. I wish HPI would come back. Those guys are so intelligent. They don't fuck around. They made great stuff. I get Axial's an American company, but they're fucking stupid. That's all I can say. Axial, you suck. You suck so bad. And anybody talking them up, especially this rig, you're paid shill. Straight up. You're a muppet. I don't think you have a brain in your head anymore and you're just after bucks, views, whatever the heck, whatever you associate it with. It's not a good rig. Just make an Ax24 4-wheel steer and you'll have a much better time. Like much better time. This thing's just so shit. Unless you only want to crime over like something like this lighter. If that's all you're going for with this, then game on, this is a great little rig, but if you're actually wanting it to do stuff, nope. You're gonna have to do so much work to get it even close to being able to perform. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Anyway. Enough of that. Go do a little slow run now that I got a better ESC in it. Oh, look at that, so slow. I honestly don't know why they made this thing so fast. Like, does anybody actually like running these fast? I watched a guy yesterday snap his axle. He started driving real slow, nice and slow, doing good. Hammered down a little bit, axle snapped. I'm like, why? Why is that even an option? These things shouldn't go much faster than that right there. But that's just me ranting. Anyway, whatever. Peace.